Stay tuned till the end of the video because we are going to reveal a little secret about Bitcoin.
Significant fall in the cryptocurrency.
Pretty brutal assessment of Bitcoin.
What's going on with Bitcoin with the sell-off in equities?
Because right now, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are building the future of finance, the future of open money. And if they have that big picture, then they should hodl and think long-term.
Just imagine, the value of which was zero 10 years ago. And today, its value is about 15 lakhs. Bitcoin. Merely 12 years ago, on 31st October 2008, a person named Satoshi published on a paper on internet a version of electronic cash that would allow payment to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. Cryptocurrency is a digital asset over which a central bank or financial institution has no control or regulation. For instance, the US dollar is controlled by the Central Bank of the US, or the Indian rupees is controlled by the Reserve Bank of India. But there is no central bank or any main financial institution that controls Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Back then, cryptocurrency was merely an idea in the mind of that person. But now, there is trading worth lakhs and crores on its crypto exchange, just like shares are traded on normal stock markets. So what's going on in the Bitcoin world these days? Like it or not, Elon Musk rules crypto market. It started back in April 2nd, 2019 when he quoted, "Dogecoin may be my favorite cryptocurrency. It is pretty cool." And at the start of 2021, Bitcoin was worth just about less than 30,000. And in next couple of months, it soared even higher. Later in January 29, 2021, Elon Musk added Bitcoin to his bio and he said it was inevitable. And that led to the further spike in the currency. A few days later, his tweets proclaimed that Dogecoin is people's crypto, pushed it higher as much as 60%. In March 12, 2021, he said, "Bitcoin is an anagram of TBC, what a coincidence." And on 23rd of March 2021, the price of Bitcoin went higher as much as $56,500. A day later, Musk announced that Tesla would accept Bitcoin as a mode of payment to buy vehicles. And that pushed the price even higher. And few days after that, on April 1st, 2021, he tweeted that SpaceX is going to put a literal Dogecoin on the literal moon. Many people found it quite interesting, and by the middle of April on 14th, the price of Bitcoin rose to $64,500. But it started going south this month. On May 7th, he tweeted that cryptocurrency is quite promising, but please invest with caution. Later, on May 9th, 2021, Dogecoin crashes after Musk calls the cryptocurrency a hustle on Saturday Night Live.
But what is it, man?
I keep telling you, it's a cryptocurrency you can trade for conventional money.
Oh, so it's a hustle.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
Why didn't you say that, man? Don't fall to everybody.
The price of Bitcoin corrected sharply after that. On 9th May, the price of Bitcoin stood at $59,290. On 12th May, he announced that Tesla will no longer be accepting Bitcoin as a mode of payment. On 13th May, he clarifies about his concern about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emission of any fuel. He said that Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transactions to more sustainable energy. On 14th May, he clarifies that he strongly believes in crypto, but it can't drive a massive increase in fossil fuel use, especially coal. On the 16th May, he said that in response to a tweet that suggested that Musk could not be blamed if Tesla sold its entire holdings of Bitcoin by saying, "Just indeed." The price was hit significantly after that. On the 17th, he clarified that Tesla had not sold any Bitcoin. The price as we speak is around $45,000. Elon Musk on 25th May tweeted, that he spoke with North American Bitcoin miners. They committed to publish current and planned renewable usage and to ask miners worldwide to do so. However, supporters of Bitcoin points out that the mainstream financial system, with its millions of workers and computers in air-conditioned offices, also uses large amount of electricity, which is usually produced with fossil fuel. If the secret is already out, then the secret is already out. One of the most enduring mysteries of Bitcoin is the identity of its founder, Satoshi Nakamoto. Little is known about him. His last communication was in April 2011, 2 years after the network came into existence. Every month, another person is popping up to claim that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. Despite numerous efforts to uncover his identity, Nakamoto has proven elusive. Let's dive into one of the candidates. Dorian Nakamoto. This perhaps was the most high-profile attempt to reveal Bitcoin's founder. Newsweek in a March 2014 identified Dorian Nakamoto as the currency's creator. Publication of the article caused a hullabaloo in the crypto and wider tech community, as this was the first time a mainstream publication had attempted to learn the identity of the Bitcoin's creator. Newsweek claimed several similarities between Satoshi Nakamoto and Dorian Nakamoto. For example, both supposedly held a libertarian leaning and a Japanese connection. The article's author also claimed Nakamoto said that he was no longer involved with Bitcoin and he had turned it over to other people. Dorian Nakamoto later denied the quote and claimed that he had misunderstood the question. He told the Associated Press, "I got nothing to do with it." Throughout time, several people like Craig Wright and Nick Szabo claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto, but it didn't come out to be valid. One candidate literally matches every single detail to Satoshi Nakamoto. Despite many people will tell that he is a collective or Satoshi Nakamoto was made by government, there is really no evidence to suggest that. Adam Back is the perfect candidate. He has a PhD in distributed computing system, which would be the perfect background for building a decentralized computer network, Bitcoin. Bitcoin was coded in C++ and Adam coded proficiently in C++. According to Adam Back, Satoshi even sent him the software once it was released. According to him, he shrugged it off and didn't mine a single Bitcoin. Adam has never provided proof of these emails either. Adam frequently includes double spacing in his sentences and he is British too. Now let's look at the writing style of Satoshi from an email that was never compromised. Notice the double space period, and Satoshi writes in British English. Notice the spelling of honor. Remember how Satoshi hid a political message inside the Genesis block that referenced the Times, a UK newspaper? Adam Back is known for leaving political message with compact code, and he grew up in London where the Times newspaper was distributed. There's a large gap in Adam Back's digital footprint and he reappears on Twitter on 2010. When he resurfaces, he becomes a resident of Malta. Malta is a place where you would move if you're about to receive a large amount of money that you don't wanna be taxed heavily on. Do you wanna know the real reason why Satoshi hasn't revealed his identity? I'll let Adam tell you himself.
So first one, in your opinion, who is Satoshi Nakamoto?
I really don't know. I would suspect it's one person, just because of consistency of code and difficulty of keeping privacy and secrets across a group. But other than that, I think nobody really knows.
If you get an opportunity to know, who is it?
Well, I think actually it's better that we don't know, because it helps for Bitcoin to be considered like a digital commodity, that there was somebody that discovered the commodity, but there's not somebody. People have a background in hierarchical thinking. So some people are wired a little bit different and they don't like authority and they want to think for themselves. But many things about society are hierarchical. And so if you look at what the media tends to do, sort of mass market media, and the average person, they see something new and they want who's in charge of it? Who should I ask? could we ask somebody to change something if it doesn't suit us? And so, if there was an identified founder, that thinking would lead lots of people to asking or demanding things. So the fact that that founder is kind of apocryphal, news, and presumably he's not coming back at this point, right? That takes away that opportunity.
Considering that Bitcoin is supposed to be the censorship-proof money, that's really ironic. And not to mention the blatant manipulation when Satoshi wrote, "Everyone has to agree on a change." So, is Bitcoin really a decentralized form of currency?